Hey guys, Bink No Bunch, how y'all doing? Y'all doing okay tonight? You can't hear me? Hang on. How about now? Oh, appreciate that. Man, you had me all worried. W6 Outdoors, how you doing? Let's see here. We got the Bink No Bunch. We got Frontier Survival, Dark 30 Outdoors, Geo, Gidget, W6 Outdoors. Good. I'm glad everybody's here. I know we got some other live streams going. Let's see here. Give me a second. I'm trying to punch something up here. Having computer issues again. I always do when I'm in a hotel room. Duckalope Outdoors, how you doing, bud? Got you a few. I saw your video today. Got a few of them. Get a bigger hammer. I know. I need to get a bigger hammer. Y'all going again in the morning? Hey Kyle, if you would just click on that where I've just put in there StreamYard, just click on it. I'll get the invite and then I'll bring you in. We're going bow hunting in the morning. Yeah, we still got 3 or 4 more weeks. Ours doesn't open up to the week of Thanksgiving. I hear you, brother. Did you hunt this morning or was that just yesterday or the other day? Hunting stuff with J&J. How you doing? Dark 30 Outdoors. All you gotta do is click that link I sent up on the chat. Just click on it. Oh, that was on Columbus Day? Okay. Well, I'm back in a hotel this week. Right now, I'm up in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Remember to mute your YouTube. YouTube's muted. I had to grant permission for Cam and Mike. Yep. Okay. I still don't see you in here yet. Good old Fort Bragg. That's right. There we go. There we go, Kyle. There you are. Can you just say something so we all can hear you?
Hey, how's it going?
All right. There you are. Okay. Yeah, Tom, I'm in a hotel this week. Being one, let's see here, this Friday, right? So I'll be in here. I'm leaving Sunday. Yeah, today's Friday. I'm leaving. I'll be in Fayetteville till Sunday, and then I'm driving back to South Carolina Sunday afternoon to go to Pickens and spend a couple days up there, and then back. I'll be home Wednesday. All right, so what I thought I'd do tonight is a little something different, and talk about just some YouTube strategies that we're using, and maybe trying to help each other out, because I'm one of those guys that is computer illiterate. I almost say I'm computer stupid, but and just talk about some of our strategies that we're using, like what kind of thumbnails. I mean, just anything and everything to help us help each other. Maybe y'all have some ideas. Some of y'all have seen our videos, and at least give me, really looking for constructive criticism. Is there something I need to do better? Is there something I need to work on? And I thought I'd get Kyle up in here, and both of us just kind of talk it over, and listen in the chat, and see what we're doing right, wrong, or anything indifferent. So, Kyle, someone is echoing, need to mute the YouTube part of it. My YouTube is muted.
I had to mute mine when I first joined. I didn't realize that I've never been on panel on one of these. So you had a lot of noise feedback. That was probably mine. So I've muted the YouTube. And it's weird. I was looking at the YouTube, but I guess I should be looking at the StreamYard because that's the live shot. As far as strategy, YouTube strategy, I know you belong to Brian G's group, and there's always good tips and information that's shared there. One of them, and I think this was from his video, and you shared it on my Facebook group recently, was where Brian G talks about giving his viewers instructions at the end of the video. And I never really even thought about it. I does it in every video, and it just seems like second nature. And I never even thought about it that, if I'm doing a specific video, maybe a muskie video, that at the end of, like, maybe if I'm doing a closure for it, and I don't always do a closure. Sometimes my videos just end when the action ends, but a lot of times I will come on camera and I'll kind of speak about it, a summary type thing, a closure. At the end of the closure, I should say, hey, if you want to see other muskie videos, click here. You're telling them to do it, or that's a bit of a advice to them that maybe they'll watch the next video, or maybe they'll go to your playlist and find, oh wow, I didn't realize he had 8 muskie videos, that type of thing. That's one thing I picked up recently.
Yeah, when I started doing that, and one of the other things he was talking about in that video was pick one of your best viewed videos,
right,
and throw that up there along with whatever YouTube decides, or maybe put a playlist up there from what they were watching, and then put your best video. True Southern Waterfowler, how you doing, bud? Welcome in. So for those of you just coming in or haven't heard, Dark 30 Outdoors and myself, we just going to be talking about some maybe some strategies to help us all out, or things that I may be doing, you're not doing, or things you're doing that I may not be doing. and try to help us grow some. And I think that's what our little niche, especially this group that we're on, that we all come together and try to help each other. Um, Another thing I started doing is I found like for Cody with After Five Outdoors, his bear video, which I know he blew up on that thing, and I posted it on my Facebook. I said, "Hey guys, check this guy out," and I posted on my two Facebook pages. I did that. I did that. I did it for Tom. Just putting things in here, and just throwing everybody else, some of other people's stuff out to say, "Hey, take a look at this guy." It helps them, and it helps our friends, of course. But how about I mean, what do you think about Facebook? I know that we all have it, and I know you have a Facebook page. The outdoors you YouTube. I can't remember the name
Outdoors
of it.
on YouTube. Yeah, and the idea behind that page was to get kind of like what we're doing tonight. Get a bunch of people that do outdoors related videos in one place to chat about it and discuss it, and whether it be strategy or it might even be equipment. Some people use a GoPro, some people use a different kind of action camera, some people use DSLRs. You have to have a camera person for some of these more sophisticated cameras, because
Neither am I.
I can't work a fishing rod and a DSLR at the same time.
Right.
Have someone over my shoulder or whatever. And I'm certainly not. I'm not John B. or some of these other YouTube fishermen that have got millions of subscribers and been doing it for 8, 9, 10 years. It's fun to talk about strategy, but here's one thing that I've done. I don't know if other of these folks here do this, but go to somebody that is a big timer as far as outdoors YouTubes. I mentioned John B, but pick your favorite YouTuber that has got, they've made it, right? They got 100,000 subscribers or more or whatever. And they've usually been doing this for 8, 10 years, something like that. Go find their early videos. Find when they were in year one and watch some of their, in their first 40 to 50 videos. Watch some of those videos. And then it's almost like looking in a mirror. You've got, he sounds like me.
Yeah, and that's true. And Geo Bushcraft is putting in the chat, putting hashtags in the title. I've heard conflicting stories about that. I've heard that it's good, and then I've heard it's bad. And for those of you who don't know, Brian G. Johnson, a big time YouTuber, has he has his own Facebook page, and he has his videos that he comes out with, and he talks about what we're talking about.
His whole channel is all about just YouTube and how to
right.
do it. Yeah.
Can you repeat the you talking about Kyle's Facebook page or the other one? Gidget? Oh, wait for her.
While we're waiting, I want to chime in that that Facebook video, that Facebook page that I made that's outdoors on YouTube, I designed that as it's only creators. It's not for the whole world that loves outdoors. People want their outdoors channel. If they like duck hunting, there's 100 duck hunting groups. There's 100 fishing groups. This is specifically for creators. So if you're not a creator on YouTube, one of my qualifying questions when you go to join that is, what's your channel? And a lot of people that try to join and they don't have a channel, or they don't answer that question. Well, I'm not going to put them in, because this is specifically for creators.
Right. Yeah, and Frontier Survival says Nick Neiman too. Nick's got he's got some good advice, and I watch him as well. And the other night, I say the other night, about a week or so ago, Cody from After Five Outdoors made mention we need to come up. Why don't we do a live stream on strategies? And I've been thinking about it for what, a week or two, and trying to figure out how we could do this and talk and finally last night I was talking to Cody and he goes, get a hold of Dark 30. He's got a Facebook page. I went, don't. So yeah, thanks, Gidget. I appreciate that. And Gidget, just do us a big favor for us. Just everybody in here that's creators. W6 Outdoors, he's a new guy that I just picked up. He's got a duck hunting channel. Just sling everybody's channel out there. Southern Waterfowler is another one, and W6 Outdoors. Throw Dark 30s out there. I mean, everybody's. I mean, just chunk it out. So I use, I'm new to social media. My channel started in February. In November, prior to that February, mine started February 2020. In November 2019 was the first time I ever got on Facebook. I've never done it. Okay. So with the thought I was going to be starting a channel, I said, well, I need to get on Facebook so I can let friends of mine know.
Right.
Then I put out the Daddy Duck Facebook as well.
Right.
And so then I started finding out there was duck hunting Facebook pages. I didn't know this stuff, and I started joining them, and so I'm putting my videos like on my personal page and then the Daddy Duck 365 page and some other duck hunting channels, and I'll say it right here. So if anybody from that particular Facebook is listening, I got my hand slapped the other day. I got it slapped big time because they don't allow creators to put their videos on their page. So one thing I want to tell everybody is be careful. If you're going to put it on a page, make sure that you're allowed to do so. Okay. Because I mean, I got slapped. I mean, hard. And I ended up getting about 5 or 6 subscribers out of that slap. But, I did get slapped. TT's Urban Pantry stopping in to say hello. Well, hello. So I use Facebook. Other than your personal page and the Outdoors YouTube, do you use any other pages?
Yeah, I have other social media platforms, and I hadn't started really doing anything with those until I started my YouTube channel. Kind of take you back. I've been at it, probably 18, 19 months, maybe 20 months. One thing that that hurt myself was I took a big break. Like last year, from about November to about March of this year, I stopped posting. And so that killed any momentum that I had from 2019. But, it's a learning process. And I mentioned other social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I've been slowly working to build that up. A lot of YouTubers are on Instagram. And you can sort of interject small video clips into Instagram, but most people just have a link to their YouTube in the bio. So if people like the pictures that you're putting up, if you like Daddy Duck, if you had an Instagram, you take pictures of your duck, of your harvest, of all these things, your boat, whatever. that's content. You're just putting up content, putting up content, putting up content. Over time, you gain followers, more, and over time, those people are eventually going to land, check out your bio and land on your YouTube. That's kind of the deal. And I don't know if you've heard of the latest sensation that is TikTok. People say that it helps their YouTube. I've heard people say it doesn't help. I think it really matters what you do on YouTube, and if it crosses over well to TikTok. TikTok is short. It's mostly just either 15-second videos or 30-second videos or 60-second videos. The majority of them are the shorter versions, the 15 and the 30. So they're really, really quick. They're really short. I think people that do comedy on YouTube, it translates well to TikTok. TikTok is like a social media world where there is no censorship. Right. So people use adult language, and some of our more colorful comedians. It's a weird thing because you can like use their stuff. I'm probably gonna say this wrong, but it's called like cosplay. So imagine Larry the Cable Guy, one of his bits is playing, but you're speaking the spoken.
Right.
I don't know how could they get out of copyright in regard to things like that. They do it with music too, like they're lip syncing, pretending they're singing the song. I don't know, but I did a couple short ones when I was doing that rod giveaway on my channel. I just thought, if this lands a few other people on my channel to check out that giveaway, then it's worthwhile.
Right. True Southern Waterfowler says that TikTok keeps taking his hunting videos down. So TikTok is stupid and doesn't help me out. Yeah, and I don't know if I want a TikTok. I don't know if I want a Twitter or Twatter or whatever it's called. But I do have Instagram. It's under my real name. When I was setting it up, I couldn't get it to work for Daddy Duck for whatever reason. But I'm using.
I recently changed mine. The Instagram. I was able to change the title of it to Dark 30 Outdoors, and then down below I have my name. So it started out as just a personal Instagram page, and I was able to change it.
Maybe I need to get a 12-year-old to change it for me. It's like I said, I'm computer stupid. And in case y'all don't know, Southernese, you spell stupid STOOPID. And so I'm not very social media savvy. And that's what got me in trouble with that other group. And even Tom said he read some of the stuff on it. And I got slapped hard. But and that's a learning curve too, because there's the old saying that any exposure is good exposure, and that's a learning curve. So now I've asked everybody. I found the admin. I didn't even know how to talk to an admin. Click on the people and then find the admins. Right. Hey, is it okay if I do this?
Right.
Because, I don't want to offend anybody, and because it's just not who I am.
Right.
So I use a lot of Facebook on some of the hunting pages that I go to. No one's, other than that one, I haven't had anybody say anything indifferent. Just to collect views and maybe pick up a subscriber here and there. But I know that this is like Brian G says, and I've said it on his Facebook page as well. It's a marathon and not a sprint. And you just got to keep plugging away. But I also want to try to start doing things better. And one of my subscribers actually got in contact with me via Facebook Messenger and actually said, hey, you need to improve your editing skills. And I'm like, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Because no one has said anything about my editing, You can say a lot about the way I talk, or a lot of that kind of thing. But what is it about my editing? And he says I'm a little choppy, and I'm not sure I quite understand that. But okay,
What was the word?
choppy.
Choppy. Okay.
So, um, so I mean, maybe I need to get it to flow a little bit better. But my biggest thing is what do you think about thumbnails? I mean, what are your thoughts on thumbnails?
Well, early on, I didn't pay much attention to thumbnails, and boy, recently I've learned that that's the deal. The title and the thumbnail is everything. That's the 90% of what the algorithm is going to work with is title and your thumbnail. Well, thumbnails are mostly about being catchy, and we've talked about Brian G's page and his insights and his help, and I believe someone in that group, it may have not even been him, talked about 2 or 3 points of, if I can get my fingers on the camera, 2 or 3 points of focus. So if you've got a thumbnail and you put you got words all across the whole thing, that's not going to work. I mean, I'm not going to say it won't work. It's not highly effective. It's not what you're looking for. It's not the efficient thumbnail. And conversely, one word, picture of you. It might not be enough to get somebody to click it. So I try to find something that's captivating. For example, I did a Lake Erie walleye fishing video, and my buddy got a lure hook in his thumb. The thumbnail, it's he's going like this. It's trying to capture the curiosity, right? It's kind of something that was substantial that happened on that particular trip. But as far as the thumbnail itself and strategy, you want it to be bright. You want it to somehow captivate the viewer's attention to that particular video, and you want to use 2 or 3 points of emphasis. So the words and or the pictures, think of maybe even simplify it to 2 points of emphasis. You don't want words all over the place. You don't want 4 different pictures. It becomes confusing, or it becomes too much. It becomes clutter in that thumbnail.
Right. I think that's a lot of my problem is I'm not really sure of. I know it catches my eye, but I'm wondering, am I bringing it out, to catch somebody else's? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
well, on that, just use the duck hunter's perspective. You are a duck hunter. So if it appeals to you, it's going to appeal to 90% of the duck hunters that are out there.
Right.
You're going to bring in a whole crowd of strictly deer hunters with that. You can't worry about that. You know what I mean? If right. You, a duck hunter, thinks that's a cool thumbnail or picture, yeah, go with that for sure.
Right. Go ahead.
No, that was the point.
Like I said, I'm in a hotel, everything's echoing on me, and there's people out in the hallway, and I'm like, but that's what, and I see a lot of the looking at the comments, and I think everybody's tracking the same way, and I surely don't want to make this boring for anybody here, but like I said, I'm learning this stuff. I've been here since February. I'm trying to learn it and make things catchy, make things better. And I don't know. I honestly don't know how I'm doing. I mean, my friends tell me I'm doing okay, but in the back of my head, all right, because that's the kind of thinking I have. What can I do? they're saying it's okay, but are they saying that just to say that, or are they actually meaning it? And looking for constructive criticism, at least on my part. And I'm quite sure that the guys in the chat are probably thinking the same thing. All right, my friends are telling me it's okay, but are they just saying that?
Well, and that's neat that you had someone reach out to you and say, "Hey, your editing could use some polishing." That's
right.
constructive criticism. You're like, "Hey, finally somebody's giving me something to work with here. I'm trying to improve, but if nobody tells me this is something I could work on, I don't know what to work on." And I know I'm kind of bouncing back and forth here, but just on the back up on the thumbnails thing, one thing I started doing recently is really watching my lettering for the words that I'm going to put on that thumbnail. I'm looking for high contrast. I don't want light blue lettering on a gray background.
Right.
You want a high contrast for the words, because that's going to tell them somewhat of what the video is about. If they can't see that, it's obviously not effective. And then, talking about improving, I assume you review your analytics, you look at those. One thing that I'm encouraged by when I review my analytics, and it's kind of been from the start to now, is that I'm always finding improvement when I look at those things. I see numbers go up. If there's a dip, then there's a corresponding, upswing. And I'm looking for those upswings and that continual growth. I'm going in the right direction. It's this way, on an angle upward. If I started seeing that, the video just disappearing altogether, I'd be like, whoa, I got a major problem. But looking for that continued growth. One of the things that happened for me recently, last year when I did my hunting videos, I didn't have an actual camera with a zoom. And man, action cameras are great for fishing. A lot of my fishing out of a kayak, and when I'm in the creeks and rivers, all the action's right there, real close. Man, you're deer hunting. That's exciting when you see a deer 50 yards away. It's almost in range. For an action camera, that's like a dog across a football field, man. It's terrible. So I think I only did maybe 2 hunting videos, and one was with my phone. It wasn't very good either. So I made videos about hunting, but not, I only had like 1 video where I was actually hunting. So you'd see me in my kitchen like I am now, and I'm talking about scouting. Or maybe I took the camera out into the field and I'm scouting and I'm just showing you stuff that's right in front of me. But I didn't actually have videos where I'm actually hunting, And all of those did poorly. Not that they're terrible videos, and some of those videos have a pretty good message in them. I just wasn't getting the views. I wasn't seeing the results. And I was really, really encouraged that the actual deer hunting video I did this year, my first hunt, it's up over 750 views. Really unique about that is I didn't share that video in a lot of places as far as social media, posting it on Facebook page here or Instagram there. I think I shared it in like 2 places, and that's it.
Right.
That video is doing really, really well, and it has like 87% search. All of the volume use, it's 87% search on YouTube search and Google search. So people are looking. That tells me I nailed the title and the thumbnail, but I'm not driving traffic for that video. The searches, and that's really, really, really good. That I find a hunting video where it's not only is it doing well, but it's kind of doing well on its own, and people are finding it, they're discovering it, and that's driving that growth, that continual growth that I talked about.
Right. And that's there's 10 billion duck hunting video channels out there. It seems like, you got your real big ones, and you got your smaller ones, and then you're competing against that.
Right.
And right now, duck season's not in where I'm at. Mm-hmm. So, who wants to keep watching tips and tactics? I I can only put so many of those out there. And I'm waiting on duck season and praying that we have a good season, because I'm dead in the water if we don't. You know, how many of those? Well, we got skunked again. Nobody wants to watch that.
Well, I do think an angle that you talked about one of your earlier videos is that your hunting is real hunting. It's not just the glamour of, look, we smoked them, got our bag limit, blah 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 blah. If it doesn't happen, then you'll actually show that, and obviously you wouldn't want a whole season of that.
Right.
My fishing videos, I've gotten skunked, and I'll put that video up, but I sure don't want all of my fishing videos to be skunked. This guy don't catch no fish. We're not gonna watch his videos. So you can do a little bit of that. That's bringing the action, the action that's real to your viewers, and they respect. I think they respect that. I think they'll respond to that. But you're right. It's obviously the viewer wants to see action, so it's a tough balance.
Oh yeah.
You do get to a point where you can't just keep doing tricks and tips.
How many of them are there? I'm running out of time here. I just want to say some things real quick. Hey, Shiner, thanks for coming in. If I've missed you, guys, I apologize. I'm trying to watch chat and talk, and it's, I can't rub my head and chew gum at the same time. I'll fall over. And Geo Bushcraft, that's me. I get skunked a lot. Yeah. And you're right, Frontier Guy. I have gone out of my niche a few times. I've put up a couple of, one fishing video, and I got my hand slapped by Shiner Guy because I was keeping the fish, and they were nice fish, and they were big bass. And Shiner didn't like it too much, but that's okay. I ate them. And I've done some fishing videos. Some cooking videos. Outside of the duck realm, and a couple other things, that crazy 40 question video I did, that I really hope nobody watches that again, because that was just, oh man. But yeah, I guess my biggest thing is I really want to work on my thumbnails, and and I hate going back to that, but Brian G, kind of, the way I understand the way he's saying things is make things pop. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I can't put 4 different colors up there and animated people, because that's not us. That's not our niche.
Right.
People, at least when I'm looking at a video, if somebody's got, a big buck, I want to see that buck dead on the ground,
right,
on the thumbnail. And I'm like, ooh, that's what I want to watch.
Right.
I definitely want to watch this. I want to hear that drama in it.
Sure.
And that kind of thing. So I'm trying to put, I try to take a picture of something when I'm hunting or when I'm out, doing whatever I'm doing, to capture that. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, and then put my words on it. And I think it was True Southern Waterfowler earlier said that he uses a lot of yellows and reds. If I caught that right, Alex, I can't remember exactly, but I try to do that. I try to put those bright colors in there, for the words at least, so people can catch it. And I see a lot of people doing that, and that kind of thing. And so if anybody's having this is what this is all about. If anybody's having a struggle, I think I'm having some struggles. And I want everybody here to understand that. I'm having struggles. You could be having struggles. Let's talk about it. Let's you guys in the chat. If you have questions, if I can't answer them, Kyle may be able to answer them. or somebody else in the chat room could answer. I want everybody to be intermingled here. He said yellow and black. Okay, so those are the colors he uses.
I'll chime in here real quick, Matt, with something I struggled with recently, and that's the schedule. I try to maintain a schedule. I just throw it on an Excel spreadsheet, and I've got all my dates down and my ideas for what video I'm going to put up there. And I got kind of put in a spot because I had some days off, and I did my thing, for what the schedule was calling for coming up, right? I'm going to do some sawguy fishing, I'm going to do some crappie fishing, and I'll put those videos up. And the fishing was terrible. It was post front, blah blah blah. They weren't biting, so I go out there and get skunked. And now I'm up against my deadline. I don't have a video. So this past since May 27th, I've been trying to do 2 videos a week, every Wednesday and every Friday. So this past Wednesday was the first Wednesday since May 27th that I didn't post a video, and it was killing me inside. I mean, it was just killing me inside. I'm like, oh my god, I don't have any content. I don't have a video, and I eventually just shrugged it off. YouTube isn't my full-time job. It's not. Hell, I don't even make money from it. It's not that big of a deal. I can miss a Wednesday. But what I've started to do now for my scheduling is I'm building in a backup plan. So if I go fishing, I get skunked. If I go deer hunting and there's no deer show up, I'm just going to put squirrels and stuff in the video. I've got a backup plan. So that's something that I struggled with recently, and it's kind of, I learned from that struggle, and going forward, now I have a plan, I have a strategy. So that's something that, you or any of the folks there in the chat you can take that, you guys should build out your schedule. I don't know if you do.
Right.
Anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks out is usually how I try to schedule my stuff. And it keeps you focused, I think. And, as I've learned, have a backup plan.
Right. Yeah. I did a bunch of videos over the summer, and pretty much it's in the vault. So when the hunting season started, that if something was to go really, really south, I could pull one of those videos out of that, there's my fingers, quote unquote, vault, and sling it in there.
You got a stockpile of plan B.
Yeah. Right. And my schedule is fairly simple. I do a live stream every Monday night. Unless I'm in a hotel, and I'm bored, I'm waiting for my wife to show up in the chat. She's probably just lurking to make sure that I'm in a hotel. And here I am, sweetheart. If you're listening, I am in the hotel by myself. But and she's got nothing to worry about. We're picking on each other. But I try to do a live stream every Monday night, and I really am trying to get, I'm a duck hunting channel, so I'm trying to invite other people to come in that are in that duck hunting related world, and to come in and chat with me about duck hunting, and that's what I'm trying to do for Monday nights.
Monday night chat.
Like last week I had Thomas from Virginia Outdoors Unlimited. He's got a great channel, big channel. That live stream keeps getting views every time I turn my computer on. It's more and more views, and I know it's because of his name, and people want to see what he was talking about.
Sure.
By the way, this coming Monday, True Southern Waterfowler, if everything works out, there you are. He's going to be on with me on Monday night, and we're just going to talk ducks and talk about duck hunting and whatever just comes to mind about duck hunting. And on Wednesday is when I post my video. So I've got, this whole week I'm gonna be out of town. So I'll be posting a video that I did a couple of weeks ago on a little hunt that I went on. We didn't do very well, but the guy that I was hunting with actually, I don't want to give it away, but it was his first. He killed something he'd never hunted for before, and we only got one, but that's okay, So, but
it was the first for him, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to be putting it, because this type of hunting I enjoy doing, and you have to do it with people because it's just the way it is. Once come Wednesday, once you see it, you'll understand.
Right.
So I have that's my schedule, and and like this week I'm gonna be struggling for next Wednesday. Not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I won't get home until Wednesday of this week, next week.
Right.
And I'm like, and I've got to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do? So I kind of, the lives. I kind of incorporate that is so people can get to know me, so they can see who I am.
Sure.
And do that. And you were telling me I've never done a live. I'm like, hey man, just click the link.
Well, I did one on my channel, but I just did it through YouTube. I use their chat software, streaming software. So I knew to do the panel, it requires something else. So I didn't know if I had to download anything. But yeah, this made it real simple.
Right. And let's see here. Shiner Guy says, I've been posting videos for 3 years. Geo Bushcraft. I really do it just for fun. I don't want to get monetized, but it's just a goal. Yeah, okay, I got you. A goal for me. You won't get rich on YouTube unless you have 100,000 subs or more. And yeah, I understand that. I would like to get monetized. I ain't gonna lie to anybody. I would like it.
Sure.
I mean, that's one of the reasons that I'm doing what I'm doing.
Sure.
I mean, let's be realistic and be real about it. At least in my mind. Another one was to teach.
Sure.
Is try to get the younger hunters or first time hunters doing it more the right way. And instead of just going out and sky blasting, ducks at 50, 60 yards and,
right.
clearing them off and learning how to actually scout for ducks. Because you guys out west, I mean, you can scout on some of those places. Y'all can scout from a truck. I mean, seriously, you can scout from a truck. You can, you take a guy, say from Kansas, and he's got all those prairie potholes out there, and he can literally ride the roads and scout. Guys from Arkansas can scout the rice fields from a truck.
Mm-hmm.
You put a guy in a boat in timber, that's different. And then if you add, are you familiar with mud motors? Go Devils, Mud Buddies, or anything?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, it's a great tool. I have one. I have a Go Devil, and it's a great tool, boat and motor to get you places. But they are extremely loud. And these guys, they put in these high performance mufflers and whatnot, so they're even louder. And race through the swamps like it's nobody's business, and they're tearing everything up. So that's what I want to teach them, how to do these things. And that's one of the reasons I got into this. Why I got fed up with. And I'm not going to say kids, because I don't want to lump it in, but people were just doing it the wrong way.
Yeah. I mean, we see that. I think the deer hunting world is full of that. It's a lot of people that they're less focused on enjoying deer hunting and more focused on they're going to be the next celebrity collector or whatever. And, I think a lot of us folks here in this chat, we're regular folks, and we're not looking to get rich. If we get monetized, we're hoping to scratch out, 20, 50, 60 bucks a month, that's what we look for in monetization. We're not looking to get rich. We just, a little bit of a kickback for our efforts, and like you said, a lot of it is educational, just sharing our knowledge because, we've been doing something for 10, 15, 30 years, 40 years. We got pretty good at it, So we got something to offer. And I've said this 100 times. For me, the best part about YouTube is regular folks doing regular things.
Right.
And it don't matter what you're into. Like, we're into the outdoors stuff, be it fishing and hunting. Some people are really into motorcycles. There's a bazillion channels for motorcycles, or working on cars, or home improvement, or whatever your thing is. You can find regular people on YouTube doing exactly that, and that's what's cool about it.
Exactly. And you do have some channels that are out there for, they've made it big. And they're doing they're making a killing. Usually those are the gamers and the a lot of the other places. But I do like this. I like our niche because, like you said, 85 to 90% of the ones that are in our niche, in the outdoor niche, are just regular people and just trying to do something, trying to make it, trying to say, okay, here,
Right.
leave it here. And, and that's one of the reasons, that's why I do lives, so people can see that I'm just a regular person, working 6-7 days a week, get 1 or 2 days off here and there, and try to go kill something.
Sure. Cool.
The Shiner guy says, I will probably spend more on gas, gear, and software than I'll ever get back from YouTube. It's
Amen to that.
And it's easy to lose focus on that sometimes. I agree 100%.
Yep, absolutely.
And Geo Bushcraft, oh God, we have the city folk coming hunting up this way, and it's like World War III. Oh yeah. Open day of duck season, buddy. You're wearing Kevlar and a pot on your head. It gets really dangerous. I can't tell you how many people I've rescued out of the swamp because
oh man.
Oh yeah. For those that don't know, I used to police. I policed for almost 20 years, and I've always had a boat. And you'd get guys that were lost. I'd get a phone call at 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh man.
And I work for a city police, and these would be the sheriff's department. Get the boat and come show us how to get up to such and such.
Well, I tell you what, I've watched some of your videos, and it's got to be easy to get turned around. And
oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I always say I've never been lost in the swamp, but I got turned around for 2 or 3 days.
Okay, yeah, that's. I feel sure.
Where am I at again? But
kind of the same in big woods too. A lot of my hunting is deer hunting, and it's in smaller woodlots. But I have done a few hunts in big woods, and oh boy, you get deep in some big woods, that'll get you turned around sometimes too. You going hollering down the next, and then you're like, wait a minute, east and west is no, this is north and south, and this draw goes. So it can happen in big woods.
Oh yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've made a phone call to somebody and say, hey, where, for instance, Pine Island is? Yeah. I said, hey, that creek that runs off to the left, is that Snake Creek or not? Because I'm up here and I can't figure out how to get back. Yeah, just hang it to the right. You'll be all right. Okay, I got you. Casey Carson, welcome, buddy. He said, I've been lost in that swamp every time I go in. Yeah, I think I got you lost that one day. If it wasn't for me, you would have never gotten out. But yeah, so getting back to, strategies and stuff. You know, we've talked about thumbnails, and we've talked about other social media. Um, is there any? We also talked about at the end card. We touched on it a little bit,
Hmm.
and I think it's helped me just a little because I had a couple of those. Uh, um, what am I trying to get at? Hang on. I did a product review the other day
Right.
on some anchors. The
Okay.
in my opinion are really
The
cool.
duck feed anchors, yeah.
Those duck foot anchors, and
Yep.
I put my playlist for my product reviews, and I caught a lot of extra views off of doing that.
Oh, and on the card, it was a playlist. It wasn't just like one video.
Now so on your end card, when you come up, you can put a playlist. I
Right.
put my product review playlist up there.
Okay.
I've got mine kind of broken down a little bit,
Okay.
and so somebody could go down and look at my playlist, and I say, okay, I just want to look at his, say his cooking video, or
Sure.
so I've broken it down in my in on my channel. So I put that up there, and then on the other side of it, I put a swamp run that I did, and which has gotten a lot of views. It's my most viewed video. Um, and it worked. What Brian G said, it worked because I got a lot of views off that product list stuff, and then um, got views on that swamp run, and it was just one of many swamp runs that I did. So I know it worked for me, and if there's guys in the chat that haven't tried that, try it. Try that. See, put whatever your video is about. If you've got additional videos and a playlist, throw that playlist up there and see if it helps you. It helped me. It helped me on some.
That's a good tip. I've always used videos, but I've never put an actual playlist in there, so that might be a good strategy.
You know, it worked for me. But that one time, I just tried it that one time, and it worked. Um, there we go. I don't know how else to say it, but it worked. Uh, anything you can think? I mean, guys in the chat. I mean, anything that y'all are doing that has worked for y'all? Sling it up there.
I see I'm talking about a longer description.
Right.
That a little bit. I probably could do better.
Now I have a default description that I put about my channel. So I'm asking you, Frontier Survival, and every now and then I add, what the video is about. Are you saying to keep using your default description and then put what your video is about there, a couple of sentences or maybe even longer? Well, we give him time to respond to that. I know he's got to type it. I'm trying to see if I can. That works. Okay.
Yeah, I've never done a like a default like that. Each and every one of my videos, I write out its own description. I do everything customized to every video that I make. The description, the tags, all of that. I could probably simplify things, but I don't know. It just seems like I'm putting that personalized touch on each and every one of them, I guess. I don't.
Right. I just use a default what my channel is about, and then I try, or if I remember to do it, a description of what the video is. And Geo Bushcraft is saying, put your channel name in the tags box. It will put your videos in what? I'm not sure what that means. The videos on the right, when they're watching the video, they click on. Oh, suggested. You put
Suggested.
okay.
Hey, Geo Bushcraft, you bring up a really good little piece of information there. In looking at some of the other YouTubers, and I'll peek at their tags, I noticed other big YouTubers in their tags, and I wondered what that was about. And what you're talking about makes sense. So if they're, for example, if I don't know if you guys are familiar with John B. I referenced him earlier. He's got a big fishing channel. So if I put John B. in the tags of my videos, there's a possibility that somebody could be watching a John B. video and mine's going to show up in the suggested. Is that why people do that? It made me wonder. Like, why would you tag somebody else in your tags? But that's what he said. I bet that's what it's about.
You know, you talk about the tags down below, right?
Right.
And am I just misunderstanding what Brian G is saying? Because he says don't do it.
I know there's a little bit of chatter goes back and forth. Some people say tags mean nothing. Some people say tags can help. I think it, for big YouTubers, I think it means nothing. Like us, we want people to find our videos. We want people to find us. We're an unknown commodity.
Right.
Anything that helps someone find me, I will do it. And in fact, one of the strategies that I use for tags is long tags. Long tags. Because Daddy Duck, I'll just use you as an example. If your tags are duck hunting, duck blind, duck master, but there's a million of those out there, right? Going to pop up first in a search for duck or duck hunting, right? Because there's a million of them, right? There's people that have been doing YouTube for 10 years of duck hunting, and you know, maybe they've got that tag in there for 800 videos. They're going to pop up much sooner. Well, if you put in a tag that says duck hunting southern swamps of South Carolina, duck hunting such and such county, South Carolina, the longer and more details you put in one tag, the better the odds are of somebody finding that. Now they have to search it, right?
Right.
Oh, the odds of somebody putting in Matt Wongray duck hunting special is probably pretty low, you know. But if it's something specific to where you're hunting or how you're hunting, and you think somebody would put in a search for that, use it as a long tag. I saw a YouTube video, and I think it was a few years old. It was when tags were a little bit more prevalent, but they talked about creating a Christmas tree, an upside down Christmas tree. This is what long tags were, right? So I'll use me so I can think about it on the fly a little bit quicker, but like bass fishing. I can't compete in bass fishing, right? So a local lake to me is Allen Creek Lake. So I would put fishing for big largemouth bass at Allen Creek Lake. That's my first tag, right? That's the longest tag, and it's the widest part of the Christmas tree if we're turning it upside down. Then I would put catching big largemouth bass at Allen Creek. I would put catching big largemouth bass. Then I would put largemouth bass. Then I would put bass. Did you catch? See what I mean? It's like an upside down Christmas tree. You start out with something really, really long, and when you get to the bottom of your tags, you make them much, much shorter, and that's how the small guy can supposedly compete with the big guy.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And again, it's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this tonight, because you know, we talk to each other in other chat rooms, you know, about duck hunting or deer hunting or bass fishing. You know, we go to Boxy's, and you know, we go to Boxy's and we talk about whatever Boxy's talking about.
Sure.
And you know, and everybody else, JJ, you know, we talk that, you know, but we don't talk strategies because we all assume that we all know it. And there could be guys, that are out there. Even Tom said earlier, he said he's struggling. And I'm hoping that, and to be quite honest, it's helping me. But if it could help one person that's in this chat room to think about something different to do, I think we made an improvement
Absolutely.
for our group, because I want you to succeed. I want them to succeed, and therefore,
Definitely. It's kind of like what Boxy talks about, supporting. It's a community, and we definitely all want to support each other.
right. So yeah, upside down. I never thought of it like that. So, because I hear Brian G talk, and I've even said it in some of his in some of his stuff, dude. Talk about something specific, be very specific for me because I'm an idiot, So let's countrify this thing tonight, and
Well, and and that I do think that's a little bit challenging. Someone like him, he's where he's at off of 800 plus videos. It's really, I think it's harder for him to relate to somebody that has 30 videos or 50
right.
videos. And I think also he views his audience as people that are monetized. I don't think he really talks directly on a lot of his tips or his advice or his this or his that. I really don't think he's focusing on people that are under 1,000 subscribers, that are 500, that are just getting started, or that are kind of on. Now, he's a little bit motivational. He wants people like us to believe in ourselves and to keep going.
Right.
But I don't think he's giving specific tips or techniques. Nimmons does a little bit of that, focuses on the little guy, or talent creators. I think there's a group of them. They give a little bit more specifics of what you can do. And like I said, I just found this young lady that was talking about the long tags and how to use them to your advantage to get discovered.
What was her channel's name?
Oh my God, that I don't even remember. The girl that did the video, the Christmas tree. I don't.
Okay.
If I pull up YouTube, I could maybe on the fly find her, but
and while you're doing that,
she's not outdoors at all. But she was talking about things that can help your YouTube.
Frontier Survival, thank you so much, man. That's very encouraging. That this is a great stream. I'm enjoying this talk. I really appreciate that, man. And this is great stuff from True Southern Waterfowler, W6 Outdoors. Definitely stuff to remember. What's up, Neil? Okay, that's got to be, okay, that's W6. Okay, got it. All right. I misread that, and I thought it said, what's up, knee? So I had to look at that a little bit harder. But I want everybody in here to succeed. I mean, that's I want to. While he's looking at that, my short-term goal is by the end of the year is to have 500 supporters, and I'm at 291 last time I looked, and I think I'm on the right track. I just trying to boost it a little bit. I hit a wall a while back, and now I'm coming up on it, and getting back on it, and very close to getting 10,000 views. I'm about 200 shy from 1,000 hours. So I think I'm doing pretty good for what I've got. But you just want to do better. I mean, that's how we are. It's how people are. We want to do better. We want to give out better content. I want people to look at my stuff and go, cool. And I want them to look at your stuff and go, I like it and cool. So, and that's
Matt, I found it. Her channel's called Hey Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
Yeah, I typed it in the chat.
Okay. All right.
Her
Appreciate that.
channel's not about outdoors at all, but she often does little videos about tips for YouTube, and I picked
Right.
up on that. So
And that's what we need. I mean,
I think it's helped some of my stuff get discovered. A lot of times I'll do a search in YouTube for a local lake or a local creek or river and just see if there's content about it. And if there isn't, I know that I can expound on that. You know, I can take advantage of those long tags, and anytime somebody does a search for those, I'll show up because I already know there's no content. It's like I'm pre-scouting the competition. Am I going to make a video about Big Walnut Creek? Oh, hey, look, there's no competition. Sure, I'm going to do a video about well, the Scioto River. Oh, wait, you know, there's already 300 videos on the Scioto River. So, you know what I mean?
right. Yeah,
I decide I'm going to do the Scioto River. That's when I know I've got to focus on those long tags. I got to really, dial it up. Catching 4 different species in the Scioto River, catching big saw guys in the Scioto River, also catching big. You get my drift. You can write out your own long tags, but the idea is you're going to start them out with 6, 8, 9 words, and then the next one's going to have 6 words. The next one's going to have 5 words. The next one's going to have 4 words, then 3 words, then 2 words.
keep going down from there.
Yeah.
Double-edged sword, letting everyone know where we're fishing. Yeah, that is true, Shiner. True Southern Waterfowler's got the hours, but doesn't have the subscribers. Whoa, man, that went up fast.
If you've got the watch time, the subs are coming. They're coming.
Oh yeah,
that's going to happen because people are staying on your content. You know, they like what they're seeing, I presume. So that's going to lead to more algorithm promotion, and it's going to keep going and going and going, and people are eventually going to sub. You get there for sure if you got the watch time.
right. Oh, Lord. I'm looking at excuse me. I'm looking at my YouTube on my iPad to catch. The chat moves faster in the YouTube than it does on StreamYard. I have to go back and forth to see what people are saying. I almost have Shiner guy. I almost have my watch time again. Hopefully, I get approved this time. Well, we're going to work on that, Shiner guy. I promise you. Yeah, because I'm glad you talked about the tags because quit using them. You know, I just bypass them. I'm like, man, I want to get this thing out. You know, I've just spent 5 hours editing, and now I want to, get it done. You know, I want to get it out there. Okay, Gidget just put up here's that tag video on how to tag the videos. Thanks, Gidget. Appreciate that.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, we got some great mods in here, man. I'm between Gidget and Mo, man. I'm telling you, they're on top of it.
So yeah, I mean, I put a lot of thought into all of it. You know, it starts with the title and the thumbnail. I put a lot of thought into that. The video description, I don't just throw in something. I want to customize that, and then also the tags. Now, I will recycle tags. If I have a deer scouting video for summertime, I'll just go into that video. You can copy the tags to a clipboard, and then when I come into my next scouting video, I'll paste it and I might tweak it a little bit where I'm just editing out 2 or 3 or 4 of the tags instead of all the tag list all over again.
Right. Now, I'm going to ask us. It may sound like a stupid question to some, but I want to. I'm curious. When you put a tag in to the video, where it's down at the bottom after you put in your thumbnail and you going down the page, and it shows your tags and and that can people see those tags?
Generally, no. If they've got TubeBuddy, I think they can. But outside of having that, they don't see the tags.
I use TubeBuddy, but I don't pay for it.
I don't either. The free version, you'll see the other people's tags if you want to. There's like a button that you can click when you're watching somebody's video to see their tags. I think it only works on the computer, not on the mobile. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, with TubeBuddy, you can see what other people use for tags. Because I mentioned that earlier, that some of these YouTubers will put a big YouTuber in their tags, and it must be they're doing that because they want to show up in the suggested videos for a lot of traffic.
Okay, Gidget, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being in. Let's see here. I use TubeBuddy, Geo.
Yeah, the free version, you can see them.
I basically use TubeBuddy to check my views and see what my simple stats, like my milestones. That's what I mean. I don't know how I haven't really dug into it to see what all I can do with the free version. Let's see here. Channel logo as a watermark. I don't.
I used to put a channel logo in all my thumbnails, and I stopped doing it because I noticed, I don't know if this was on the phone, the mobile, or some other place. I noticed that YouTube put it in there already. So it's kind of a duplication. And like I said earlier, when on thumbnails, you kind of want that 2 or 3 points of focus. So I kind of felt like I was cluttering up my thumbnail by putting in my little brand marker when YouTube inserts it in other places already. So
right. Okay. Well, now this is kind of off strategy, but just talking about things that I use for my videos. Now I do everything via a small, pretty much this little point and shoot camera that I have right here, little Sony. I use this for work a lot, so I had that, and I use action cameras. I used to have a GoPro till I ran it over. Yeah, that's a long story, but I have some the cheaper action cameras that I use. But I do all my editing on my laptop, and I use Wondershare. And so far, I'm happy with Wondershare because I use it for work. It's very simple, very easy, especially for work. What I'm doing, what I have to do for work. So I use Wondershare. Yeah, I ran it. You got plenty of time. I ran it over. I'll tell the story in a little bit, Chiner. I promise. But but I use Wondershare for my editing software. Geo said something earlier about the timestamps on his camera. You can go into your camera and delete the timestamp, but if you can't do it on your camera, I use a program for work that I actually put a timestamp on my videos, And if I go through Wondershare, it won't timestamp. If I strictly go through Wondershare with it, it won't timestamp it. It'll take it away. It won't use it. And that's what I'm using. I know a lot of guys use DaVinci.
Yeah, I use the DaVinci Resolve. I think there's a bit of a learning curve with that. It's in my opinion, it is not simple. It is fairly complicated and complex. I feel like there's a lot that it offers, so that's kind of a plus. For something simple, if somebody asks me, they're brand new and they want to get into it and they say, what should I use for editing software? I need something simple because I'm not good with computers. I would not recommend DaVinci Resolve. I think when I first started, my God, I probably had 10, 12 hours invested in just watching a video of how do I cut the film in DaVinci Resolve? How do I paste, or how do I move it, or how do I add music? And I mean, it is a hell of a learning curve.
Yeah. Tubby Guy Outdoors, how you doing, buddy? Yep, Frontier Survival. He says he uses his mobile device all the time. Look at these hands. There we go. I got fat fingers. I can't do it. I hit one button and I throw it. Everything deletes. I tried it once. Nope, I ain't doing that again. Let's see here. Did I miss somebody? Is he Tubby guy? Tubby, we're talking about tonight, kind of like an outdoors niche, YouTube strategies. Cody's in the house. That's 5 Outdoors. How you doing? Hope everything went well with what we talked about when you called me earlier. Hope everything went good. I do use a tripod on this camera. On my action cameras, I got it on top of my head. And I've got some little knickknacks that I can strap one to a tree or something when I'm duck hunting, kind of give it a different angle, that kind of thing. Everything went good. Okay, good. So that's what we're talking about, is little different strategies. We've talked about thumbnails, and we've talked about using tags again. And Kyle's mentioned the Christmas tree approach to it, where you have a long tag in the beginning and you just kind of work your way down like an upside down Christmas tree. And let's see here. After 5 says audio is probably one of the biggest assets. Yeah, I agree. And that's why I use my bigger camera a lot, because I get a lot better audio out of it. I had something in my head, and I've done lost it.
Multitasking again.
Oh, I'm getting old as hell. I know it. I look good, but daggone, I'm getting old.
And how do?
Oh, I forgot who I was one day. I was like, God, I can't believe it.
Oh.
Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Shiner guy. After 5 does a great job with multiple angles and drone footage. Yes, he does. So I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna tell 2 stories real quick. The GoPro. So I got a GoPro. I got a GoPro for Christmas a couple 3 years ago, and I mean, it was at the time it was the top of the line GoPro. My wife bought me all kind of the knickknacks and the different mounts and all that whole stuff. And I was going duck hunting, and I had used it a couple times and got some pretty good footage utilizing it. And one morning I was going duck hunting, and I wasn't running late, but I was rushing myself because I wanted to get out there. So I loaded up the truck, went over, got the boat, hooked up the boat, pulled it to the front yard, and I forgot my GoPro. So I ran back inside, got the GoPro, and as I was jumping the trailer and the trailer hitch, I noticed I hadn't hooked the trailer up. So I sat the GoPro on the toolbox, and I finished hooking up the trailer, got it locked down, and I'm like, oh, I need to get going. I really get excited about duck hunting to the point where I'll actually throw up. I get too excited about it. So I took off running and jumped in the truck and took off. Just boom. And I get to where I'm hunting. I get all set up, and I'm looking for my I cannot find my GoPro anywhere. And I'm like, man, where? I know I put it on. I put it on the toolbox. So when I got back to the landing, I looked inside the back of the truck and in the bed, and of course it wasn't there. And I'm like, oh, how am I going to tell this to my wife? I done lost this, GoPro. And as I'm pulling up to the house, I see it in the road. And the only thing that was left was the strap to the head. Everything else was crushed. Oh. And either I ran it over with the trailer, or somebody came through the neighborhood and ran it over, didn't see it, and ran it over. So that's how I lost my GoPro. Yeah, I will either lose it or tear something up. So, but last Christmas, my wife bought me a drone, and this was a cheap drone. Okay, it wasn't the $high drones. It was something to learn off of.
Yeah, there's a little more than flying a drone.
So yeah, you gotta learn those things. If you don't have if you don't have the top of the line drones, you've got a big learning curve with them. So, and I know she doesn't even know about this yet, and if she's listening, I'm going to be in so much trouble when I get home. But I went outside about 3-4 weeks ago, and I was in the front yard, and I was lifting it up and trying to set it down because I'm trying to learn how to land it. I can get it up in the air. That ain't a problem. I shoot that thing way up there. But getting it to land, because I want to duck hunt with this thing. I want to put it, get some footage, and I want to land it back in the boat. So I've got this piece of cardboard in the front yard, and then I want to land it. Well, anyways, I'm trying to land it. It takes off. It goes over the house, and I can't find it. So I'm running around trying to figure out where it's at, and I think it's in the backyard. I think I heard it land in the backyard. So I went running to the backyard. Can't find it in the backyard. So I look in the neighbors' backyards. I look everywhere. Can't find it. I eventually found it. It was in the middle of my pool.
No.
So yeah, if it can be torn up, I'm the guy that can do it. So.
I've played with flying a drone before, and yeah, they can be tricky. And the one that I got, again, it's for my kid, and it was I was gonna fly it, and it's kind of like a starter level learning, blah 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 blah. Smaller ones, boy, when they get up real high, you can't tell when it's going left, right, forward, and back, and it's like, yeah, just bring this a little bit slower because I can't tell otherwise what it's gonna do.
Yeah, the guys that can fly a drone, oh man, thumbs up, guys, because I'm not going to fly another one. I mean, I had intended and to buy some foam pipe covers, to put on the legs of the drone, so that just in case, I miss it, it'll hit the water and, hopefully land right where it'll float. And, I had all this planned out, man, but I didn't put them on, I was just trying to fly it, and yeah, in the pool it went. It's in the somewhere into my shed right now.
Have you ever seen any of those drone racing videos? Man, those things.
Oh yeah.
Those things. I mean, I can't even imagine the speeds that those things are just flying and blazing through those rings and stuff. It's incredible.
Oh, that sucks, Johnner.
Oh, great footage. That sucks. Makes me think a little bit of a story. Uh, the very first trail camera that I ever bought, Cabela's was brand new to our area. They had opened maybe 2 months before Black Friday. And this was probably, I don't know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And I knew they had good sales on these trail cameras for Black Friday. I think they were like $50 or something like that. And they also had their little overnight thing, right? The first 100 people in the door or whatever, 200 people in the door get a prize, whatever it is. And I never do those things, but I thought the store's brand new. A lot of people in the surrounding area might not really know what's going on. I lived 5 minutes away. I thought, I'm going to just drive by. This was at like 10:30 at night on Thanksgiving, right? So I'll just drive by. I'll see what it looks like. If there's not a lot of people, I might be camping out. If there is, no harm, no foul. It's a 5-minute drive home, right? Sure enough, I did my cruise by and there's 500 people out there, tents and everything else. I was like, well, I'm not going to camp out. So I did the next best thing, right? Again, I live 5 minutes away. They open at 6 a.m. I pulled into the parking lot at 6:15 a.m. Sure enough, one of the early shoppers had finished and checked out. So I was able to park, 50 feet from the doors, walked in, walked straight to where the trail cameras were, grabbed what I needed, got to the checkout lane before it got busy, and I was in and out of there in 10 minutes, right? $50, new trail camera in my hands, blah, blah, blah. I learned all how to set it up, blah, blah, blah. And there was a spot on what is essentially public land, but it's not open to hunting. Driving by there, I'd seen just this incredible buck, just a massive old monarch, probably 5.5 years old. He's in a non-hunting area, right? He's living the king's life over there, right? All I really wanted was to just get some cool pictures of this massive buck, up close and personal, right? So sure enough, I stuck that thing on a tree about 4 or 5 feet, from the ground. Went back 2 weeks later, it was long gone.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm sure it had awesome pictures, and whoever walked off with that trail camera got to see it's an awesome buck on here. But
oh yeah. See, true Southern waterfowler. He uses a Hero 7 and a Hero 8, and his wife films his hunts with a Canon R5.
That's the last time I ever put a trail camera on a tree less than 12 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think on one of your videos here recently, you were climbing up in the middle of it and angling it. Yeah. Yeah, true Southern waterfowler. I wish I had a camera person. I've been married to my wife for 32 years, and she didn't get up that early when we were married. When we first got married, she ain't gonna get up now. So. So Tubby Guy uses a Vivitar action cams. I wish I'd have brought mine with me. I sometimes bring my action cameras with me when I'm on the road, just in case I see something. I can get a little piece with it. But I bought some of the cheaper versions. My issue with them is they overheat so quick and they cut off. And I can't figure. I mean, I could be running great footage or think I'm getting great footage and my camera's turned off and I don't know it.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly, worried about that, and I'm looking down at it and make sure it's on and putting it back on, and I miss a lot of great shots with it.
Yeah, when I first decided I was going to get into this and get an action camera, I kept seeing that in the reviews, and I knew I'd be using it in the summertime, fishing, hot, sunny, out there, on a lake. You ain't hiding from the heat, right? So I knew GoPro would be a problem. I actually bought a cheap knockoff, the Queso, which I thought was foreign, but it's actually, they're made in Maryland. And then this year, I wanted a camera that I could prolong the battery source. And I discovered the Yi action camera. It has a jack where I can put a USB cord.
Mhm.
And I bought a power stick for my boat. It plugs right into the light jack.
Yep. I'm listening. Keep going.
So I can plug my Yi action camera into that power stick, and my boat battery will charge that action camera. So I can be fishing all day long, and that battery that camera will be filming all day long without having to fool with, it stopped because of the battery. I got to change the battery, this, that, and the other. So that's tremendous. I absolutely love that it's an action camera that I don't even have to worry about the power source.
Right. I about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I get attached to phones. I don't like to change phones a lot. This is a iPhone 6, which is ancient to some people.
That's what I've got.
And I'm out duck hunting and it's cold. I have to keep it inside my jacket or it will kill the battery. The battery will just die.
Yep.
So my wife bought me a little device called a Halo, and I thought I brought it with me, but I think it's in my gunning bag at the house. Excuse me. But I use it to recharge my phone, and it just so happens the jack, one of the attachments will go into my action camera. Now, I don't keep it on there all the time, but if I notice that the battery's running down, I can put that Halo in there, and it's basically a battery pack, and it'll charge up my phone. It'll charge up a battery, for the action cameras. So I keep that handy when I'm hunting. And I do have extra batteries that I charge up 2 or 3 days before I go on. I know that I'm going on a hunt. I'll keep 2 or 3. Tubby guy says he was a kid when that phone came out. Yeah. Yeah, whatever, Tubby. Power pack is a must. Yeah, I need to get one. And I tell you another thing. I saw a bass fisherman, and I can't think of his name. He's got a YouTube big time guy. Got a big YouTube channel, and he had on the back of his boat where the stern light goes. He had a power pole that he could put his like a GoPro on it, and
that's called a power stick. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And it's got 2 USB ports, so you can charge you can charge multiple cameras off of it. What I do is I'll charge my camera off of it, and then I also will do my phone. So
right, and he's got and I'm thinking about getting one. They're like $100.
Yeah, right about $100. 90 is the cheapest I've seen it, and I think I got mine. It was 90 on Amazon, but then they sold out when I bought mine, and Walmart had it for $100. So it was a little bit more, but I was like, wow, I want it. Yeah.
But it fits right in where the stern light goes, and it's powered by your boat battery.
That's exactly right. Right. One thing that's a little bit tricky is I thought it would work in the bow, and it doesn't at all. And you can stick it in there, but the power won't work. So I have to stick it in the stern, and then I get, like, if I'm trolling, I'm in the back of the boat. I made my own pole for my action camera, and then I bought like a 20-foot long cord, USB cord, so I can have the camera up at the bow of the boat and back to the power stick plugged in the stern line.
Right. True Southern Waterfowler. He goes. He brings a power pack and a battery charger and 10 extra batteries and change them out a ton. Now, if you're boating in, that might be okay, but if you do a little bit of walking in hunts, that can be some heavy stuff. I've actually taken. I got ma'am. I've lost my train of not my train of thought, but I can't think of what I want to say. The like a car battery booster,
The booster.
booster, and it has a USB port. And I've actually taken that and put it in my boat several times. You charge up phones or cameras as well. But again, I'm in a boat and I can carry a lot of stuff. And I've had boat batteries go dead on me out in the middle of a swamp, and used it to jump myself off or even jump other people off that are stranded. So I guess whatever we can use, I mean, use it. You know, and again, I want to get some more stuff, and but I want to try that power pole because I think it would bring a new angle, especially when I'm hunting in the boat and I've got my blind up. It'll kind of like be on that side where it'll look over and just give a whole different angle of what what we're doing. So
definitely kind of a camera angle on you guys.
Right. And because there's so much you can do in angles. Now, what about music? Now, I know that I did an intro on some of my earlier videos, and I thought was a pretty cool intro. It had I thought it was pretty cool. I had the YouTube music, that you can get from YouTube, using their music, so I don't get that copyright hit, which I've already been hit once because I was listening to a radio while we were working on my boat, and you could hear the radio in the background.
Oh my goodness!
And I got smacked. You need to cut that out. Oh, crap. So I use their music. And I saw a video today. I've never seen him use music before in any of his videos. And it wasn't 10 seconds, if that. But he was running B-roll with it. What are your thoughts? I mean,
I had an intro too, and it was a long one. It was like 30 seconds. And then I started seeing a lot of chatter about intros are bad, or if you have an intro, it should be like 5 seconds. And it was the discussion was centered around watch time retention. We want people to watch our videos start to finish. One of the best ways to rebuke that, one of the best deterrents to get people to watch them start to finish is to have anything that interrupts the actual content of your video, like the point of it. And a 30-second intro, I was like, oh my God, I've been scaring people off with this 30-second intro. So I dropped it altogether. It might still be in some of my earlier videos, but I mean, I think this was probably in March or April of this year when I got serious again. I saw that discussion. I was like, I'm dropping the intro altogether. I thought about doing a different one that'd be short, like 5 seconds, branding, but I don't think it's needed. And then I have talked about music before. I got feedback in a couple of forums. These are fishing forums for social media when you went to a website that was bassfishing.com or whatever, and there'd be like a discussion board, a forum board. So I still use those a lot, and I share a lot of my content on those, and it does drive some traffic. But I got feedback from like 3 or 4 different people that said, "Oh yeah, I watch more of the videos that don't have the music, don't have the extra fluff stuff. I just want to see a guy catching fish, or if there's birds doing their calls while you're fishing in the spring, I want to hear them birds. I don't want to hear whoever your favorite rock band is, or even just weirdo music. And so I kind of took that to heart. And I also thought about the YouTubers that I watch the most. They don't have any music in their videos either.
Right.
Oh, and it's not really a knock against music or guys that do music. I know the Muskie guys, a lot of the Muskie fanatics, they're crazy with their music, but I just kind of feel like, for me, there are still some places that I will interject music, especially a video where there's not a lot of action. Like if I take my kids hiking on a hiking trail, there might not be a lot of action, so there might be an opportunity to speed up the footage and maybe put in a little jingle here or there. But I kind of go with the mantra of less is more.
Right.
Really don't want to over edit my videos. A touch here and a touch there I think is good, but you sure don't need to be when you're editing your video, stop and go, oh my God, where am I going to put the music? Or, oh, I really wanted this music in there. No. I feel like that's much too much.
Let's see here. Real quick, True Southern Waterfowler. I try not to use music except during my intro, but intro have to keep your attention. Oh, dadgummit. I done lost it. Keep your attention. My intro is 58 seconds. Wow. I just started using an intro and my watch time has gone way up at the beginning. I'm curious, is your watch time still up and all the way through the video? I'm curious about that. After 5 got rid of his intro. W6 Outdoors says that Alex, who is True Southern Waterfowler, your intro has really stepped up your video. I do music and some stuff after 5. Tubby's leaving. Take care, Tubby. Appreciate you coming in. And going back to my intro in the beginning, I had what I thought was a pretty good intro. I had a lot of people who said they liked it. And after about the 6th or 7th video, I got a private message from a friend of mine. He said, dude, do me a favor, cut your intro because I'm getting tired of it. And he did. I mean, he's a friend of mine, and he said, dude, cut it. He goes, I'm tired of watching it. He says, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I like it. Because I was putting, I'm still associated with the Carolina Wildlife Syndicate, which is a conservation, a local grassroots conservation. And, I wanted to show them off as well in my videos because I do a lot of conservation stuff. So I cut it out. I personally haven't seen any. I've seen my retention here later over the summer. I've seen my retention going up higher throughout the videos, but I've been thinking about putting a very, very short, not so much, I wouldn't call it, I don't know if you call it an intro or not, but I'll start off with what I'm going to talk about and then kind of like a little something. I've seen some big YouTubers in my niche of duck hunting doing it, and it seems to do pretty well. And True Southern Waterfowler, check out the intro and let me know what you think. I will. I saw one of your videos today, buddy, and I'm sorry, but I don't remember it. I'm so sorry. I've had a lot of goings on today, trying to get up to where I'm at. But I will look at it.
One thing I did after dropping the intro was I liked it and still wanted to use it. I moved it to my channel page. It's my channel when you land on my channel, it's the
Right.
the about video or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The intro video for my channel. Yeah.
True Southern Waterfowler. If your intro sucks, I won't watch the rest of your video, but if it's good, I'll keep watching. Okay. I think I'm the same way. I do, but I think going back to music. I think if it's a fast video, such as especially in the duck hunting world, you know, where there's a lot of shooting, and you just put just your shooting in the video, where it's just, you know, nothing but, you know, either ducks or geese being killed, and it's just trying to put like a 3-minute video, you know, 2 to 3 minute video. I like the music, some music. You know, I'm not a punker or I'm not a heavy metal kind of guy, but some, you know, some good fast music that goes along with it. I'll watch it. I personally just haven't had the luck to get that kind of footage yet, but I mean, I like that kind of stuff. I don't know if anybody else does. After Five says a channel trailer. That's right, channel trailer. That's what we're trying to talk about.
That was the word I was looking for. Thanks, Cody.
But you know, so I think in certain circumstances, music will work, but not in every video. You know, just every now and then, kind of mix it up. I don't know. Something to think about.
That's
something to think about. I'll have to refresh my Mountain Dew here in a minute. I think the beat of the music needs to meet the tempo of the action. Yes, sir. I do believe that too. I try to use, Shiner says, I try to use music sparingly, but I like it for slow motion shots and underwater shots, etc. Ease in and ease out. Okay.
I think After Five Outdoors does a good job. I'm looking at his bear hunting video, and right when the bear shows up, there's a little bit of dramatic music. It's kind of cinematic music, you know. It's not rock and roll, and you know, we're trying to entertain you. It's the music is matching what's happening in the video,
right?
And I think that's kind of key right there.
Yeah, I did that on one of my videos where I picked up some. It's country. It's just the out of the YouTube library. One of my swamp videos, and it's kind of that swampy music, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And hey, Saltwater Born, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I've used that music throughout my video, and I was actually using that music in the video was kind of a patriotic video as well, because one of my good friends was overseas serving, and I was kind of doing this video in honor of him. I used not only the YouTube music, but I put in the Air Force song, the U.S. Army song, the Navy song, and the Marine Corps hymn, and put those all in there together in certain spots. And I got a lot of hits on that. That's one of my best videos, you know. When I did that, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna start putting music in all my stuff," and then my views went whew. So I cashed it out, and then kind of gradually came back up.
That's where you kind of got to find that fine line, you know. It's less is more, or the music really should match what's in that video in that moment.
Yeah. True Southern Waterfowl. I just started intro with my past 4 or 5 videos, so none of my old stuff. If you do check it out, yeah, That's right, Alex. You had put some old hunts, little clips, small little clips of some of your old stuff, and yes, that's how your new intro is. And yeah,
Did we lose Daddy? Matt, you froze on us. I think we lost you. I'm still here, but he's not. Oh boy. I'm supposed to carry the chat now. I don't know if he's doing a reboot or what. Come back, Matt. Oh boy. Completely kicked out now. It's just showing me. Oh yeah, it's cool. I'm sure he'll be bouncing back in here. Matt, are you saying I got to get out of it? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh, the hotel's internet dropped. Yeah, that'll get you. All right, I'm gonna hang loose. Yeah, I don't know about that. I can't really think of anything else that's to talk about the strategy. We sure covered a lot of it. I could maybe try to summarize while we're waiting for you to bounce back in here. We talked about the importance of title and thumbnails. We talked about the description of the video. We talked about tags, doing the long tags and the Christmas tree effect. Talked a little bit about editing. Talked a little bit about equipment. Don't run over your GoPro. That's really good advice. um, that's a tough one. Cody, what makes people subscribe or unsubscribe? I think for the most part, it's really about the creator. You know, they talk about make. We've seen discussions about if you want to grow on YouTube, make better content. Man, that's really a very vague statement. Better how? Better by whose judgment? That's a very non-specific thing to say. Make better content. Well, I don't know. I mean, if you're making a video game, how do you make better content? You're just going through the video game. Maybe it's just a niche I don't understand. I guess on a fishing video, I catch more fish, catch bigger fish. Ultimately, I think what makes people subscribe is they're interested in you, the creator. They find you personable and relatable, or they're learning something from you, and they want to see your video again. If they don't like you, you could have the best advice ever. You could be giving the absolute best advice about duck hunting. What you are talking about in regard to duck hunting could make you the world's best duck hunter. But if people don't like you, they're not going to watch your channel. They're not going to watch your videos. They're not going to get the message. It could be the best message ever. It could have the best editing. It could be put together fantastic, smooth transitions, all of those things. But if they don't like you, there's nothing you can do in your video to make them watch or to get them to subscribe. Likability, ultimately. Likability, ultimately. Hey, I think we got the host back. All right, I can stop battling.
Man, this happens to me a lot. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. If it's my laptop is so old, or this laptop was built in 1836, and but I do appreciate you sticking it out. I was listening to see the YouTube I got running is on my iPad, and it's running off my my whatever, and so it's not using Hotel. But I watched the Hotel. It went and just dropped off. And yeah, being personable. I think I was listening to you, so being personable, I think, is the biggest thing, and that's why I was saying earlier why I do these lives, so people get to know me. Yeah, it's funny time to take a break. I know it. I know. I don't know if you caught my last live stream or not in the beginning, but last Monday. But I actually started it off with Elvis Presley's theme song on all of his shows, and I just danced around the room a little bit, because that's who I am.
Sure.
I like to crack up and make jokes and have fun and do this, and I want to, and I got a lot of comments. People were like, I think Cody he texted me later. He says, "Man, I thought you were going to come out there dancing naked or something." Hot Wings, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I know JB was doing his stream, and I know a lot of guys are doing streams tonight, and so I appreciate you coming over. It's no worries, man. No worries at all. Who could forget? Yeah, that's right. But I mean, even on that 40 question thing, I was, I made it so personable. Everybody was doing, do I like blue cheese? No. Well, I made it in an interview. I interviewed myself. And it took go watch it, because everybody who's watched it has said you're nuts. You're something wrong with you. Okay, Sean, you take care of yourself. So yeah, and I had a lot of people, I had some comments. I mean, my wife even says you're stupid. I mean, she just flat. But Cody, you say you're monotone, but I think it does help, especially when you're doing your fishing reports, because when I'm watching your fishing reports, you actually, and I've said this to you in private, you're like a reporter, and I'm getting a report, and that's what that I like getting it. I like getting that a report, and it, it's got this reporter feel to it, like you see him on TV, and yeah. Question 39: Are you weird? Yeah, are you? I mean, you're asking me these questions. Are you weird? I'm weird. I'm doing this video. So I like it, Cody. You have this voice that I want to know what's coming. I want to know what's happening. And I've told you that before, and and I'm not going to lie to anyone about it. I think your voice is fine, brother. It's you, it's who you are. Define not weird. I don't think you can define not weird, but and in that video, I was doing some singing, some acapella singing. You know, you know, and you want to get to know me? Well, that's me.
Sure.
I'll be sitting in I'll be sitting in a duck boat with about 4 or 5 guys, and all of a sudden I'll just kick off a song and start singing. Especially on a slow day, or crack a joke or something, and that's who I am in real life, and I try to portray that on my videos. So I think personality is the big thing. I think you can have some of the dumbest stuff on YouTube, and if you've got a good personality, I think people will if any of y'all have seen that crazy fool, I know he's going around Facebook where he's got a wig on and in a goose blind, a layout line, and he's got no shirt on and he's chasing, blowing a goose call like it sounds like it's coming out of his butt, but it's funny, and he's got a good personality. Or you see the guy that does the Facebook, the ninja, the urban ninja or something, and he got these crazy nunchucks, but his personality, he's doing stupid stuff, but his personality is what gets people, what gets people to keep watching. So, but yeah, I think you're right. What's good to one is not good to the other, and you're going to get the one that like you and like your personality. I think they're just going to keep watching.
Yep.
Oh, what is that? What are you saying? What is it that catches people's eyes and make a video take off? Wow. I'm struggling with that one myself, Cody. What catches my eye may not catch your eye. I think for me, if I see an interesting thumbnail, if I'm looking for instance, I'm looking for a deer hunting video and the guy's got a nice buck on the ground, that's going to catch my eye and I want to watch it. The same thing with the ducks. If I see a strap of ducks, I want to see what he's done. And on the other hand, if I see a picture of a busted up boat, that catches my eye too. He busted his boat up, or like Shiner. I think he's still in here, or maybe he's already left. But he mentioned earlier that he did a video where he didn't tie his boat off as he was, and his boat floated away. The boat's in the middle of the lake. That'll catch my eye. I like this. I'm a giggle about it. Laugh about it.
Oh, I tell you what, I've had so many occasions where I just wish I would have either had the camera rolling or kept it rolling, because, for example, I mentioned earlier the guy, we were fishing for walleye on Lake Erie, and the guy got the hook in his thumb. Well, it was buried too deep to push it through and cut it at the barb.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to do the string technique and rip it.
Ooh.
And it worked flawlessly. It pops out, and he's like, I didn't even feel it. And he's, we're kind of like high fives. Yeah, that was cool, blah, blah. And then he's like, did you get it on camera? I'm like, no, I stopped recording after I realized there was a medical emergency. I'm an idiot. And then there was a time when I launched my boat. I was launching it solo, and it came off the trailer too quick, and I hold the rope. I probably shouldn't do that. I hold the rope. It's pulling my arm out of socket. I jump out of the car. I jump onto the dock, and I'm going to tie it off, right? My car starts rolling down the ramp. I hadn't put it in park. So sure enough, I drop the rope. I fly down into I'm in the water now on the ramp, fly into my car and punched the gas. I'm sure seconds left before she would have been swamped. But I got her up out of there, threw her in the park, ran back to the dock, and I grabbed the rope when there was like 6 inches of rope still on the dock as the boat was, drifting out. Didn't have the camera on for all of that. I'm like, son of a gun. And that's just 2 occasions, but man, I probably had 5 or 6 occasions where I'm like, oh, why didn't I have the camera rolling for that?
Oh yeah. A couple years ago, now I've been videoing for several years before I decided to do the YouTube thing. And I was in Arkansas, and we were at the Biomeda, one of the famed public lands down in Arkansas. And I'd put my boat in the water, and the boy I was hunting with, he was in the front of the boat. And I was like, hey, I want to get some video of us going down the creeks with this big spotlight on, he said, yeah. I got you. I'll take care of it. I hand him the camera because I got to drive the boat in the dark. And there's so many people, and they won't let you. There's a gate. There's an actual gate. You can put your boat in the water, but down in the ditch, there's a gate, and there's a game warden who sits at that gate. And at 4 o'clock on the dot, he hits the button, and the gate just opens up, and everybody flies out of there. And I didn't have he didn't turn the camera on. And I mean, there were people running over each other in boats. And that would have been an awesome video. Video. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. You didn't get that? Because I was the last one out, because I'm not stupid. I'm not trying to outrun I know where I'm going. I'll get it. And he didn't get that video. And this past dove season, opening day, on our public dove fields, it starts at noon, at 12 o'clock noon. And there was 200 people lined up at the gate. And there's just a little piece of thin, don't cross police tape across the thing. And the game warden was at his truck, and you can't enter the field until noon. Okay. And he hits his horn to let everybody go. And I mean, these cats were just running, and I'm sitting there watching it, laughing. And after it was all over with, I picked my stuff up to go walk out there, and I realized, what kind of video that would have been? I I didn't video it at all. And I'm like,
Right.
I can't believe this, So, yeah. I think Cody's right. I think, with people and things that they can relate to is what makes people click.
Mhm.
It does for me, So,
Mhm.
well, we are down. I'm looking at 3 people left.
It's just us. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. I think we're going to call it a night. Been on here
Definitely.
2 hours and 16 minutes.
Definitely.
And I do appreciate you coming in and
Yeah,
hanging out and doing all this stuff with me. Um, I'd like to do it again sometime. We'll talk about something else, but
absolutely.
you know, uh,
It was a good chat. I think there when it was going good, people were getting a lot out of it. Absolutely.
I think so. I think so. And we can talk about other things too. I mean, it doesn't have to be this. Just anything and everything. But I do appreciate you coming in, buddy.
You bet. All right. Thanks.
Take care of yourself. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all have a good night, and we will see y'all next time.